Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of behavioral psychology with a focus on understanding reinforcement schedules. We'll explore 4 different types of reinforcement: scheduleless, mixed, multiple, chained, and tandem, and see how they can be applied in everyday scenarios to enhance learning and behavior modification. Whether you're a student, educator, or just curious about behavioral techniques, this video will provide you with clear examples and insights. So grab your notebook and let's unravel the complexities of these reinforcement schedules together. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest content. Let's get started. A mixed schedule of reinforcement combines 2 or more basic schedules of reinforcement like fixed interval, variable interval, fixed ratio, or variable ratio, but without a specific signal or cue that tells when one schedule ends and another begins. The person or animal doesn't know which type of schedule is in effect at any given time. A mixed schedule combines different types of reinforcement schedules, like getting a reward after a set amount of time or a certain number of action, but without any clear sign or indication of when the type of schedule changes. It's like not knowing exactly when or why you'll get a reward, it just happened. Sometimes based on different rules that you aren't aware of. Let's look example of a mixed schedule. Example 1: work assignments. Imagine a workplace where an employee receives tasks of different types and complexities throughout the day without a set schedule. Sometimes the tasks are quick and easy, rewarded by immediate praise. Other times, they are lengthy and receive feedback only after completion. The unpredictability mirrors a mixed schedule. Example 2: pop quizzes and assignments. A student attends classes where the teacher randomly assigns homework or announces pop quizzes. Sometimes these come after a few classes, like a fixed interval, or at random intervals like a variable interval, without the student knowing in advance which pattern will follow on any given day. Example 3: checking social media. When you check your social media apps without a specific schedule, sometimes you find several likes and comments reinforcement, and other times you don't. The schedule of receiving these reinforcements is mixed and unpredictable. Example 4: watching TV shows. Imagine you're watching different TV series on a streaming platform, where some episodes end with cliffhangers and others don't. You watch randomly, not knowing which show or episode type is coming next. Sometimes you get the immediate satisfaction of a cliffhanger resolved quickly, a type of reinforcement, and other times you don't. Let's compare multiple and mixed schedule. In a mixed schedule, 2 or more basic schedules of reinforcement are applied without any signals or cues, indicating which schedule is currently active. The person or animal doesn't know which rule applies at any given time. Mixed schedule: imagine flipping through TV channels randomly without a guide or schedule. Sometimes you land on a channel that shows a movie with commercial breaks every 30 minutes. Fixed interval. And sometimes you catch a channel that shows movies uninterrupted, no specific schedule. There's no indication or pattern you can follow. It's completely unpredictable. What type of viewing experience you'll get each time you change the channel? In a multiple schedule, 2 or more basic schedules of reinforcement are used, but each schedule is signaled by a distinct cue. The individual knows which schedule is in effect based on the presence of these cues. Multiple schedule: now, imagine watching TV, but with a channel guide that clearly indicates when a movie will have commercial breaks. For instance, one channel shows a light when there are going to be breaks every 30 minutes. Fixed interval. And another channel shows a different light when it will show a movie without interruptions, no specific schedule. You know exactly what viewing experience to expect based on the light cue associated with each channel. Key difference between mixed and multiple schedule. Mixed schedule, no cues are provided. You don't know which reinforcement schedule is in effect at any time, making the experience unpredictable. Multiple schedule, distinct cues signal different reinforcement schedules, allowing you to anticipate and understand the pattern of reinforcement that will follow. A tandem schedule of reinforcement involves 2 or more basic schedules required to be completed in a specific sequence. But there is no discriminative stimulus signal indicating when one schedule ends and the next begins. Now let's look tandem schedule of reinforcement. A tandem schedule also involves sequences of different reinforcement schedules, but they need to be completed in a specific order. However, just like in the mixed schedule, there's no clear indicator or signal telling you when one schedule ends and the next begins. You just move from one task to the next in order. Here is the example of tandem schedule. Example 1, morning routine. Consider a morning routine where you must first make your bed and then prepare breakfast to earn the reward of watching your favorite morning TV show. The sequence is fixed: make bed, then prepare breakfast. But there's no specific signal after making the bed that tells you to start preparing breakfast. Example 2, training for a marathon. When training for a marathon, a runner might decide to first complete a certain distance at a steady pace, first schedule, and immediately after start speed training, second schedule, to achieve the overall training goal. There's no specific indicator telling the runner when to switch from the steady pace to speed training, besides the completion of the distance. Example 3, sales targets. A salesperson must first achieve a set number of calls, like a fixed ratio schedule, and directly afterward secure a certain amount of sales, second fixed ratio, before receiving a commission. There's no signal between the call target and the sales target. Completion of calls directly leads into the requirement for sales. Example 4, cooking a meal. Think about cooking a 2-course meal where you first prepare an appetizer and then a main dish. You start by chopping vegetables for the appetizer, and once that's done, you immediately begin cooking the main dish. There's no specific signal telling you to switch from the appetizer to the main dish. You just know the sequence and follow it without external cues. Here is comparing between tandem and chained schedule. A tandem schedule also involves a sequence of tasks or behaviors that need to be completed in order, but there are no distinct cues signaling the transition from one task to the next. The sequence is followed based on the predetermined order, and reinforcement is given only after the entire sequence is completed, just like in the chained schedule, but without clear cues. Tandem schedule, you again prepare a 3-course meal, starting with the appetizer, followed by the main course, and ending with dessert. However, unlike the chained schedule, the completion of each course does not serve as a clear cue to start the next. You simply know the order and proceed through the tasks based on your plan without specific cues. The reinforcement sitting down to eat only comes after you've prepared all 3 courses. In a chained schedule, each step in a series of tasks must be completed in a specific order, and each step is often signaled by either the completion of the previous task or a specific cue that indicates the next task can begin. The reinforcement is only given after the entire chain of behaviors is completed successfully. Chained schedule: imagine you're preparing a 3-course meal where each course serves as a cue for the next. First, you prepare the appetizer. Once it's set, that completion acts as a cue to start preparing the main course. After the main course is ready and set, it cues you to begin dessert. Only once the dessert is also completed and set do you sit down to eat, which is the reinforcement. Each step depends on the completion of the previous one, and each step cues the next. Key difference between chained schedule and tandem schedule. Chained schedule, each component in the sequence is both dependent on the completion of the previous and acts as a cue for the next, making the progression more structured and signaled. Tandem schedule, the sequence of behaviors or tasks, is present and must be followed in order. But transitions between tasks do not involve distinct cues. The individual simply knows the order and follows it. Now, let's practice some mock exams. Mock exam 1. Sarah is training her new puppy and decides to reward the puppy randomly. Sometimes she gives a treat after the puppy sits 5 times. Other times, after the puppy sits just once. There is no specific pattern or cue that the puppy can follow to predict when the treat comes. Which type of reinforcement schedule is Sarah using? 1. Mixed schedule. 2. Multiple schedule. 3. Chained schedule. 4. Tandem schedule. Correct answer is 1. Mixed schedule. Sarah is using a mixed schedule because she is varying the reinforcement schedule, both fixed and variable ratios, without any clear signals to the puppy about which schedule is in effect at any time. This randomness without cues is characteristic of a mixed schedule. Mock exam 2. During his shifts, a call center agent receives bonuses. Sometimes the bonuses are given after every 10 calls signaled by a special tone after the 10th call, and at other times, after a random number of calls signaled by a different tone. What type of reinforcement schedule is used in this call center? 1. Mixed schedule. 2. Multiple schedule. 3. Chained schedule. 4. Tandem schedule. Correct answer is 2. Multiple schedule. This is a multiple schedule because there are different reinforcement schedules. Fixed ratio and variable ratio, each signaled by a distinct auditory cue, different tones, which helps the agent predict which type of schedule is currently active. Mock exam 3. In a manufacturing process, an assembly line worker must first assemble the product, then test it, and finally pack it. The completion of each step serves as a cue to start the next step, and the worker receives a bonus only after the entire sequence is completed. What type of reinforcement schedule is used in this manufacturing process? 1. Mixed schedule. 2. Multiple schedule. 3. Chained schedule. 4. Tandem schedule. Correct answer is 3. Chained schedule. This scenario describes a chained schedule because each task in the sequence acts as a cue for the next task. The worker only receives the reinforcement bonus after completing the entire chain of tasks, with each step clearly cueing the next. Mock exam 4. A student must complete a series of educational tasks, finish reading a chapter, solve a set of math problems, and write an essay. There are no specific cues or signals for transitioning between these tasks, but the student knows the order and must complete all to get extra credit. Which reinforcement schedule is being applied to this student's educational tasks? 1. Mixed schedule. 2. Multiple schedule. 3. Chained schedule. 4. Tandem schedule. Correct answer is 4. Tandem schedule. This is a tandem schedule because the student must complete a series of tasks in a specified order. Without distinct external cues signaling transitions between tasks, reinforcement extra credit is received only after completing the entire sequence. Aligned with the characteristics of a tandem schedule. Mock Exam 5. Linda teaches piano and rewards her students for practice sessions. Sometimes she gives feedback after 20 minutes, other times after an hour without any clear pattern or indication of when feedback will occur. What type of reinforcement schedule is Linda using? 1. Mixed schedule. 2. Multiple schedule. 3. Chained schedule. 4. Tandem schedule. Correct answer is 1. Mixed schedule. Linda is using a mixed schedule because she alternates between different reinforcement schedules without signaling to her students which schedule is in effect at any given time. This unpredictability and lack of cues are characteristic of a mixed schedule. Mock Exam 6. A fitness coach uses a timer to manage workout sessions. The timer beeps after 30 minutes for a water break and after 60 minutes for a longer rest. Each beep is distinct and signals a specific type of break. What type of reinforcement schedule is the coach using? One. Mixed schedule. 2. Multiple schedule. 3. Chained schedule. 4. Tandem schedule. Correct answer is 2. Multiple schedule. The coach is using a multiple schedule because there are different periods fixed intervals for breaks, each signaled by a distinct beep. This clear signaling of different reinforcement schedules makes it a multiple schedule. Mock Exam 7. A software developer must complete 3 tasks to release a new app version code. The update, test the changes, and document the modifications. Completion of each task cues the start of the next, and the release is rewarded only after all 3 tasks are done. What type of reinforcement schedule is applied in this software development process? 1. Mixed schedule. 2. Multiple schedule. 3. Chained schedule. 4. Tandem schedule. Correct answer is 3. Chained schedule. This is a chained schedule because the developer follows a sequence of tasks where the completion of each task serves as a cue for starting the next task. The final reward is given only after the entire chain of tasks is completed, with each task dependent on the completion of the previous one. Mock Exam 8. A student must finish reading a chapter, complete a worksheet, and then write a summary to earn extra credit in a class. There are no specific cues between tasks, but all must be completed in the given order for the reward. What type of reinforcement schedule is the student following? 1. Mixed schedule. 2. Multiple schedule. 3. Chained schedule. 4. Tandem schedule. Correct answer is 4. Tandem schedule. The student is following a tandem schedule where multiple tasks are arranged in a specific sequence, without distinct external cues indicating the transition between them. The reward is only received after the entire sequence is completed, which differentiates it from a chained schedule where each task cues the next. Thank you so much for watching our video on reinforcement schedules. I hope it helped clarify how different types of schedules work and how they can be applied in various settings. If you enjoyed this video and found it informative, please give us a thumbs up and leave a comment below, sharing your thoughts or any questions you might have. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insightful content like this. We love creating videos that help you understand complex concepts in an easy to digest way. See you in the next video, and keep learning.